Welcome, coaches. We're live, and this is Karen Capello. I'm so excited to have with me today as my guest in What's Working Now, Deb. And Deb, you're going to have to say your last name for me.
It's Olejownik.
Deb Olejownik. And Deb is an executive leadership coach, and she works with leaders on helping them through hijacking moments in conversations. Welcome, Deb.
Well, thank you, Karen. Thank you for having me. This is very exciting.
It is exciting for me too. And I invited you today, Deb, because I know you have been working on your marketing and in our Quick Start Intensive group, and you had a fantastic win where you got a out-of-town speaking engagement, and that in itself is great, but the follow-up could be good also. So let's start out by telling us a little bit about, what you do, what your coaching business is focused on.
So my coaching business is really focused on helping leaders who are maybe newly promoted into a position where they get stuck, because they start questioning themselves. Wait a minute, do I have the right tools? Do I have the right skills? Because if it's a lateral, promotion in some kind of way where it's maybe a little bit step by step, that's not so bad. But if it's a bigger promotion, they get a little nervous and they wonder, can I do this? So then they start questioning. But the desire for them is they really want this job. They know they can do the job. It's just that they think they need a little bit of help. And where the hijacking comes in is the questioning part, because then it leads to sleepless nights and just all that questioning. And it's very frustrating for them. It's very stressful. And so that's how they reach out to me, or I find them on LinkedIn and we have a conversation. And the next thing you know, the conversation starts to expand.
Beautiful, Deb. And they do need your help, that's for sure. And especially now in what's going on with the remote workers and the virus and coming back. I know you've had some really great results in your business. And do you want to tell us about what led to that speaking engagement, so that maybe some other coaches can learn from what you've done?
So that's a very interesting question, Karen, because obviously I did not know that this speaking engagement was going to happen. And I have been following the practices and the best practices in QSI. I followed them. Some of them I thought I already had down, but what I've learned in QSI is that I could be better. And so I started using the best practices through QSI especially on my social media posts. And a gentleman from Toledo, Ohio reached out to me. Of course, I know him. I never worked directly with him, but I do know of him. And he reached out to me on LinkedIn and he said, "Hey, Deb," he said, "I've been following you on LinkedIn." And I thought, "You have?" And he said, "Yes." And he said, "You're really doing some amazing things. I've got a question for you. Would you be interested in speaking at our leadership conference?" Now, I have to tell you, as a Toastmaster, I was thrilled because I love to speak. And this is my topic and my target audience. I contained myself a little bit because I wanted to make sure that I was listening to what he wanted me to speak on. We had the conversation. We worked out the details. Took about 2 weeks. And on a Friday morning, I looked at my email and I did a second look. I said, "Oh my gosh." So I clicked sign contract. Oh, that was so wonderful. So wonderful. And I never saw it coming. And those are the best kinds of business.
Yeah, so it was really great. So you had a great value proposition about these hijacking moments. You were sending out stuff on LinkedIn. Somebody
Mhm.
you knew saw this and contacted you for this speaking engagement, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Wow. Wow. And so now when are you going, Deb?
Well, I'm driving, so I'm going to be leaving on August 10th. The conference starts on the 12th, and he's asked me to speak for 2 days. So I'm speaking on the 12th and the 13th.
Mm-hmm. And I think you're going to meet up with some other potential clients while you're there. Yes.
Yes, I reached out to, when I did my market research, I reached out to several people, but two people that I know back in Ohio, because I'm from Ohio. So two people that I know back in Ohio, I reached out to them. One is a president and the other one is a councilwoman. I reached out to both of them because they expressed interest. And I said, I'm coming to Toledo. Would you like to meet? I would love to connect with you. And both said yes. So I'm planning to meet with both of them. And I'm really excited about this because I've actually worked with both before. So we have a lot to catch up on, and it'll just be wonderful.
And isn't that a great idea for anyone who's going for a speaking engagement? Get a couple days before or after and connect with people that are in your area that possibly could give you some business. Deb, I wouldn't be surprised if you get a couple more speaking engagements when you're there.
Well, that's the goal. That's the goal.
I used to do that when I spoke here in Tucson to groups. I would say, okay, if you like what you hear, I would love to get this message out as far and wide as I can. So if you know of any other groups that are looking for speakers, just let me know. And really, it works. Especially, I can tell, Deb, you are a distinguished Toastmasters. Is that Toastmaster? Is that
Yes.
So I know you know how to speak, and I can see it even here in our conversation. Deb, what do you think? What difference has having this speaking engagement made for you in your business?
Well, having this speaking engagement, number one, it tells me that I'm on the right track, that I have something to offer that people want. And I know without a doubt in my mind, I have that clarity. It's crystal clear. That's really important, to have crystal clear clarity. And having that it's a game changer, because it changes everything. Because I can honestly say that before meeting you, Karen, and going through QSI, I mean, I had my business. It wasn't where I wanted it to be, but I knew that I wanted to always go up and forward, always. And because you helped me do that, and the community involved with QSI, it's been absolutely tremendous. It's made such a big difference in myself and in my business. I feel the confidence that I knew it was there. It was hidden. And you helped me dig it out.
So happy, because you have so much to give to the world, Deb. I mean, it's really, really important. And even personally, what have there been any personal benefits of being able to get this speaking engagement, knowing that your business is viable?
Well, I'm talking to people on my social media networks, and I'm also talking to. I'm also a member of Bold Networking, which is similar to BNI, but not as strict as BNI. And the message is getting out, and people are curious. And I've noticed that my Google Analytics are starting to rise because people are liking what they see, liking what they hear. And one of the things, I talk a lot about confidence. I also talk a lot about courage. In fact, those are a couple of the C's in my 4C model, which is actually character, confidence, courage, congruence, and then you tie all that together and you get resilience. And people are really interested in that because people are stressed from coming back into the work world. You think about what it was like for all of us when we had to leave the offices and go home and work, and how stressful that was, and everything that was going on. And we finally got adjusted to that. And now it's time to come back to work, and we're trying to readjust again. And then people have changed. And there's so much discourse with some of the people that they feel as though they don't know how to talk to people anymore, because it's so, it's hard for them to work past all the stuff that they've had to deal with. Mm-hmm. And this is where I come in, because I help them get back to what it was like before, but better. Everything that I do, Karen, is very proactive. So people walk away with an action and an action plan that's grounded in their commitment. And they know that without a doubt, they can use this because it's simple. It may not be easy, but it's simple. All they have to do is apply. And seeing that in some of my clients makes a huge difference. If I may share, I have a client that's in the medical field, and she was in a position where she was extremely stressed, burned out, wanted to quit. And I said, don't quit. Don't quit. Here's what we'll do. She needed to get out of there. It was a very toxic environment. And I said, let's work together. She actually reached out to me. I didn't even know she existed. She reached out to me. I said, let's work together. And I said, we'll work past what you're going through and get you set up for success, because she was applying for a new job. She got the new job, and now she's using the tools that she has learned, and she is so happy because she's out of that toxic environment, and she's able to work and communicate and lead her people in a constructive way, in a collaborative way that makes all the difference. And she, every time that we meet, she thanks me all the time. She says, Deb, I look back at myself, and I see how much she's telling me this. She's seen how much she's changed. And she says, I don't ever want to go back. And I said, you won't, because you're a forward-driven person. Now you've got the momentum. Now you've got the tools.
Wow. Well done, Deb. How exciting is that? And I just love it. And I love how you are able to articulate your program and articulate your clients' successes. And I see that just this whole confidence in you is so amazing. So I wonder, what advice would you give to a coach who is out there and wanting this type of confidence, wanting these types of results of getting a speaking engagement or working with a doctor on their leadership? What are some best practices you might recommend, or some other things?
So here's what I would recommend. I would recommend that you find a community. Now, of course, I'm a little biased. I choose QSI. This is the reason why I choose QSI. And this is the reason why I'm promoting QSI and having you take a look at QSI, because QSI is more than just a program. QSI works. QSI is a community that, together with everyone involved, there's nothing out there that matches QSI. And I'm serious. I was a coach that came in and I considered myself a rookie because I knew what I wanted. I didn't know how to get it, but I knew what I wanted. And I just happened to meet Karen. And I knew the minute she started talking, and she had a tagline that I vaguely remember. This was, I think, back in November, before she didn't even know that I had seen her on this webinar. And it said something about, you want to get corporate clients? You want to close corporate clients? We need to talk. And I'm sitting there listening. I mean, I'm working and I'm vaguely listening. And all of a sudden she said that. And I went, who is that? I need to get a hold of that person. I knew Karen Capello, QSI. Yep. Business Boost. Yes. Need to do this. Here's what I want to say. For those of you that are looking, for those of you that maybe feel like a rookie, like I did, you can do this program. It changes your life. You feel the difference inside. I am a transformed person. I've been a part of other programs. Never have I experienced or felt what I have experienced and felt with QSI. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Because when Karen says something, I listen. Because I know that it's right. You want to make a decision? Look up Karen. You need someone to talk to? You can reach out to me. I will share some of my experiences with QSI, because let me tell you, it works.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much, Deb. That was a beautiful plug for the Quick Start Intensive. And I also know that you weren't exactly a rookie. You had a lot of experience as a coach. You had a lot of experience in Toastmasters, but I think where you weren't as experienced is marketing. And I think you learned some of the best practices to help you to shine in your fullest of what you have. And I'm just so grateful to you for all the work you're doing in the world. I'm so thrilled for you with this speaking engagement, and of course more to come once you open that door and you're getting paid for the engagement, and you're getting paid for your to go there and all of this. And plus, I'm sure you'll get paid, as they say, the fortune is in the follow-up. So you'll get paid for following up too. So this is just such a great experience. And I want to just let everyone know I'm celebrating you today, Deb, and I'm celebrating all that you have shared here. It's really possible to do this. So any final words before we close up our interview today?
Please, if you have any reservations whatsoever, Karen has a business boost. She has a business community. Karen, I want to make sure I get the name right.
Yes, we just changed the name. It's Coaches Business Success is our Facebook group, and we've just launched a LinkedIn group, Coaches Business Success.
Wonderful. So if you have any reservations whatsoever, reach out and look up those groups, because Karen has a huge following, and there's many people on here. There's probably people that you know. Reach out and connect to them, because they will help you make a decision. If you kind of feel like you're on the fence, reach out to those people. And of course, you can reach out to me. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Facebook. Just look me up. My business is Coaching with Heart, and HEART is an acronym. It changes all the time, because it depends on what it is that everyone's going through. But please look Karen up in QSI.
Thank you, Deb. And thank you for all you do in the world. And thank you, coaches, for the difference that you're making. If you need some support in marketing, you can go back and listen to some of Deb's tips that she gave you today, and join us in our coaches business success groups. And we will hope to see you soon. Okay. Thanks, Deb. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Karen.
Bye.